So guys, the crypto markets are crashing down quite significantly. Bitcoin dominance just broke 62%, and USDT dominance has also broken that 5.95%, hitting that 6% zone. Right now, there's a lot of mixed sentiment around the tariffs that are going into effect, reciprocal tariffs, and also more tariffs that are going to be going into effect in the next 2 days. And right now, a lot of people are anticipating what's going to be happening for altcoins with assets, starting to tank like crazy. Today, I want to walk you through those perspectives, the price action that we're currently seeing, and exactly what you need to be doing and anticipating as an altcoin investor or crypto trader. If you're new to my channel though, go to check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, keeping you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and exactly what you need to be aware of. Right now, mixed sentiment, tariffs getting thrown left and right by the orange men, people coming back and trying to negotiate, some people not talking like China, and then we have indicators like Bitcoin dominance and USDT shooting up, which is just points to the fact that liquidity is getting squeezed out of altcoins. But with all that being said, guys, I want to walk you through all of that good stuff, what you need to be aware of, and exactly what could be happening in the next few weeks. Let's jump into it. So guys, like how I said, the crypto markets have been crashing down quite significantly. Bitcoin is currently sitting at around 76,300. Ethereum is currently sitting at around 1470, and the total 2 chart is just getting completely wiped and nuked right now. Altcoins, guys, in perspective, guys, as you can see, have been seeing nothing but red, nothing but blood in the markets. And if you're an altcoin investor, you have been pretty much weathering the storm. And right now it's quite bad. I do not recommend that you capitulate your bags, because this would be the worst time to capitulate your bags right now. But overall, why is everything going like this? Right now, we have specific charts that are not looking too good for altcoins like Bitcoin dominance, which has just broken that 62% zone that we were talking about yesterday, sitting currently at around 63.3%. Right now, USDT dominance as well broke that region that we were talking about, sitting currently at around 6%, even though we have seen a little bit of a retracement. But why is everything happening right now? There's a lot of different talks about the Trump tariffs that are taking place, and reciprocal tariffs, and exactly tariffs that are also going into effect because some countries aren't talking and negotiating, or even recognizing the tariffs that are going into place. And as a result, there's even more tariffs that are going. Trump has announced another 104% tariffs on China, and a lot of people are putting this into perspective as to how it's going to have an effect on the Chinese markets as well as the US markets. So a lot of people are anticipating in the next few days what's going to be happening, and as a result, there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of blood happening throughout the US markets as well as the crypto markets. There's different perspectives from different investors and coals and traders. ILO talks about how right now the biggest markets in the world are pumping and dumping like shit coins due to fake headlines being spread on X. Wild. And it's pretty much because literally people are spreading random news, fake news, creating random sentiment, fake sentiment, bad sentiment, and we have a whole bunch of arguments that shouldn't be taking place, which is creating that uncertainty. And as a result, people are capitulating their bags, not knowing exactly what is taking place. We talked about it yesterday with Crypto Intelligence X, and how yesterday the S&P opened up and lost around 4 trillion in the first 15 minutes. The trading gained 2 trillion in less than 10 minutes over fake news, and then lost 1 trillion in 15 minutes. And right now, guys, it's a different market, it's a different play, and as a result, there's a whole bunch of different things going into action, and you need to make sure you do not get caught in the crossfire. Right now, we have other different perspectives on how we could be anticipating the markets in the next few weeks. Crypto Mission now talks about how US implementing more tariffs, and the yuan is collapsing even more, and the dollar is staying strong in some terms. Some people would argue that, but overall, a matter of time. You'd say 1 week in max, which I'm not too sure about that. He says, and one of the central banks of China or the US steps in to positively influence the markets and fuel it with QE that's the bottom signal for Bitcoin and altcoins. Now, some people have different perspectives on this, but usually that's whenever we see, you know, a huge bailout, whenever we see liquidity injections and the markets start to flourish, because we start to see a whole bunch of, you know, calmness, because a lot of people are getting money. On top of that, it's easier to get money, and on top of that, rates get dropped and a lot of different things. But overall, you know, these are different perspectives. Some people believe that we're going to be seeing much more red in the market. Others believe we could be seeing, you know, a correction in a matter of a week or two. Right now, Benjamin Cohen has been, you know, talking strictly about, you know, the price action on Bitcoin and Ethereum and the tariffs that have been taking place and how they're having an effect on the market. And this is super important, just because I think a lot of people are waiting for altcoin season to happen, but it's really good to have an understanding of the price action that we're currently seeing with Bitcoin, Ethereum, how it compares to the S&P 500, and also the news events that are taking place, to have an understanding on how that is going to have an effect. And as a result, you need to be able to tie everything together. So swiping everything to the side, today I don't want to make my video too long. I want to get straight to the point, guys, and let you know that there's a lot of uncertainty in the markets. Tariffs are getting thrown out left and right, reciprocal tariffs. Some countries aren't even responding to the tariffs, so negotiations are still going into place. Some people believe liquidity injections are going to be happening, which could be super positive, but as a result, other people believe that, you know, nothing could be happening, because we have a lot of, you know, a stalemate between these countries, which as a result is creating a lot of red in the markets, not only in the US markets, but also the Chinese markets, and also on top of that, the crypto markets. So we need to be keeping up with the price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, correlate that with the S&P 500. On top of that, have an understanding on the indicators and charts like Bitcoin dominance and USDT to let us know where liquidity is shifting, and just pretty much weather the storm for altcoins. If you believe that Ethereum is going to be hitting a new all-time high, then you need to hold your altcoins and you need to be strong. Right now, a lot of people are getting out of the markets. People do not believe in, you know, the markets or altcoin season happening in 2025 or in general at all. And as a result, you know, it's causing a lot of manipulation in the markets, big corporations, big countries, a lot of different things. But if you believe in everything, guys, now is the time to stay strong, understand what's going on, keep up with those indicators, and just keep up with everything that's happening. But if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I'm an intermediate trader documenting my journey, showing you guys my wins, my losses, showing you guys overall the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and how you can have a better understanding of the markets and navigate the space. It gets really crazy right now. There's a whole bunch of stuff happening, and if you're not keeping up with the day-to-day, you can really get caught in the crossfire, and as a result, capitulate your bags, leave, and miss out on altcoin season. I do not plan on doing that, and I keep on dropping day-to-day videos to keep you guys updated with the markets, and I do not plan on stopping. Today, I got into a little fender bender. I just got a tattoo not too long ago. I got a whole bunch of different things going on, guys, and it's super crazy. On top of that, trying to navigate the crypto markets and day trade and do all this other different stuff. So I really do appreciate all the support. If you guys have any questions, suggestions, drop it down below. Let me know if you guys have any, you know, current, you know, predictions on the market. What do you think is going to be happening? What altcoins are you buying? Do you think altcoin season is even going to be happening? I love to hear everyone's perspective, but I drop daily content every day, so stay tuned, and hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Peace.